also outspeeds with Lisa. Got the speed lead, got the Vanessa and the Ashir, and outspeeds that with Lisa. Guys, Special League just started. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right into it. So as I mentioned, Special League just started. This is not a Challenger 3 player, guys. This is the rank. He ended the season at rank 15. He's just goofing off on this stuff. Now, I know you guys not going to actually believe me when I say that it's the rank 15 player and he's in Challenger right now. So I'm showing you guys this is the exact same person. You can see the little icon for his name, Japanese player with the little, what is this, a dinosaur thing? And it's the same person. It's the same person. It's just that to start a Special League, everyone starts from 1,000 points. First picking Kumar. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he has in store. I think the person on the right-hand side actually is like a fighter, whatever, generally player. But the person on the left was ranked 15 this past season. So that's why he's on my favorites. So I'm like, what is he picking? Like, he's picking Kumar. He's picking a whole bunch of stuff. He's just having fun. He's just, like, goofing off and stuff. So he's got the AoE Silence and the Cleanse, which I think actually Kumar is a pretty... potentially underrated unit. Not that I have picked Kumar anytime recently in RTA. Maybe I should give it a shot. But anyway, yeah, I just thought it was interesting to see. He's picking some weird stuff. Let's see some other stuff that he's doing. So now that we've established that, let's take a look at some Guardian players that are fighting in Challenger 3. Welcome to Summoner's War. Because, I mean, again, everyone starts at 1,000 points regardless. So, the beginning of season, all these Guardian players have Challenger everything. Challenger looking things like they got the wings on. Don't have Guardian wings. They have Challenger wings on the. I mean Conqueror Challenger wings. Wow, Concho's feeling very generous if they're gonna give Challenger wings out. So got the silences. The Kumar does actually provide some decent stuff. He's got AoE Cleanse, kind of like an Annabelle, kind of like the Cleanse on Lulu. He's got an AoE Silence, which is good for aggressive stuff. I think he could be a little bit underrated. That Molong is animation. Is the Molong's animations usually that fast? I don't have that that skin. That's a fast animation on that Molong, or feels like a fast animation on the Molong. So let's see what happens. He went for the heal on the Lulu because he knew that the Molong was going to try to snipe at the Lulu as soon as possible. So they don't have any sustain on that enemy side though. But yeah, when you're going up against the rank 15 player posing as a Challenger 3, I mean, he's not posing as anything. He's just having fun. Whatever. Comtuous is the one that does the, puts everyone at 1,000 points. So this next guy has some of my favorite replays to take a look at because he always uses dark units. He's got Han, he's got Gianna. I don't know why he decided to not use those. He's decided that he's going to use some wacky. Sometimes you use wacky things like, for example, Hertite and Dark Jack-o'-lantern. But today he's decided he's going to use gets resisted. He's decided he's going to use a whole bunch of different dark units. He's got the Frigate. He's got the Dark Frankenstein there, which we've never seen the Dark Frankenstein in RTA. I mean, we've seen Dark Frankenstein does like 9 billion damage, give or take. Give or take 9 billion damage. So let's see what kind of crazy stuff happens over here. He does have the multi-hits from the Wolf of the Frankenstein, does additional damage. I'm sure he's got additional damage in artifacts. And then also, Frankenstein can do crazy damage, which we just mentioned. And also the additional damage artifacts from that Ninetales. The Ninetales she really provides a lot. If you can get her going, she's got a lot of turn cycling and a lot of CC. She does the 2-turn sleep, and then she does a stun as well. The stun is guaranteed if the enemy is under sleep, though. So he's just biding his time. He's just biding his time. Oh my god. Decrease cooldowns, turn cycling. That Dark Ninetale is basically a budget Hathor at this point. Okay. He's gonna keep doing his passive, and he's dead. So he needs to win with this Ninetales, and I've seen the Ninetales do some crazy stuff, so I know that it's possible. Alright, gets this. Does he get the stun? He does get the stun. Additional turn, and he gets some additional damage. Gets the defense break. Gets an additional turn there. Does not get anything stripped and stunned. So, she gets a guaranteed additional turn after using that skill, but yeah, it would have been nice if she got... I mean, he's getting a little bit lucky on the stuns too, but... It's just crazy to see. It's just crazy to see this team actually not completely lose. This seems like a ridiculous thing that I would try to do on like the light dark account. I would probably have. Well, I mean, without the, and again, this is a Guardian player. This is a G3 player actually. He's got the Guardian wings on the Dark Pioneer. So it's crazy stuff. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Does she get a? Oh, she didn't have it. She didn't have it. She didn't have that turn 2. Or the skill 2. So he is getting a little bit lucky here and there though, because things could have been proccing more. She could have had the skill, right? She could have had her cleanse, and then the monkey would have. Well, the monkey probably would have eventually gone to sleep again anyway. But it's just death. This is death by 1,000 paper cuts, more than anything else. It's like eventually he's gonna kill things, but this is goofing off at its finest. Yeah, there we go. GG. GG. Same person as the last one. I don't know if you thought we were done with him, but he's picking the Dark. The Dark Horus actually does damage, AoE damage based on speed. Also, he's nice against things that are going to turn cycle a lot. So, let's see. Goes for the Veramos. Okay, provokes on the Veramos. He's got the AoE strip. But that Veligil is going to come in and do Veligil things. So, gets the stun. I don't know how exactly he's built. That, the Dark one. Alright, does not have a lot of heals on the enemy team and does have immunity on that Dark Pioneer. Well, also he's got the cleanse. He's got the cleanse with the Veramos, so the Veramos is going to be very, very strong against 3 of those units on the enemy team. He's also going to keep turn cycling. Look at all that turn cycling that Veramos has. If you guys are coming back to the game after being gone for a while, Veramos did get a buff where he turn cycles more when he's got more debuffs on him. He's going to increase his attack age now. So if you guys didn't take a look at that, if you guys were from the game years ago and you guys just came back couple months ago, definitely take a look at that Veramos. Now that last one, he picked the Han Wool, he picked Gianna, he picked Han. This one he picks no Han, he picks the Diaz and Joltan. So he's sitting there, he knows that his enemies are going to take a lot of turns, and he's just gonna let them take a lot of turns. He's gonna let them take a lot of turns. He's gonna cut in, he's gonna do the Desert Wind. He did not stun anyone. But Joltan's going to keep reflecting damage. Also, the Diaz is going to do Diaz passive kind of like, you guys know Diaz passive kind of like a Darien passive. He's going to decrease the amount of damage taken by the enemies. So, this is actually pretty strong. Like, against comps like this, fast, aggressive things, he's taking in 3 passives. He's got the Diaz passive, the Joltan passive, and the Horus passive. So, overpower, he does not get the stun. He wanted that stun, though. He wanted that stun. I love that he does. I love people that do crazy things. He's doing crazy things, and I approve of this, right? Okay, so let's see. Does he get the? No, he does not get that. Well, I don't know what he was getting. The first skill does a heal block. So does Joltan do? So Ryu is down, or Striker was down. Does Joltan do enough damage? Check and destroy. Okay, not enough damage to kill though. Is Joltan going to do enough damage to actually kill this? Joltan does dots too now, so with his second awaken. So let's see. This is just a matter of, do they crit? Do they crit? Sword of Gluttony. Okay, he's getting some crits. And he gets a revenge. And there we go. GG. I mean, if you get Diaz Joltan, like you got it. You need like a 15-minute break after that. You know, for me, I need a 15-minute break after every RTA match. But if you get Diaz Joltan, you need to like put the phone down and be like, compose yourself, because you're just gonna rage 5 seconds. Like, the phone's going out the window. It's gonna be in 1,000 pieces, smashed against the wall. If it was me, that would be every RTA match, though. So just like I mentioned in the beginning, this is another Guardian level player. He just happens to be at 1035 points right now because RTA Special League just started. So, and then we see some wings on both sides, right? So we know that they're definitely not challenger players. So let's see the crazy, ridiculous amount of turn cycling going on over here. Because remember I want to say Olivia, not the Olivia, the Lisa, the Fire Neostone does that same thing that the Fire Inugami does is she teams up with multiple units. She actually cleanses and teams up with multiple units. Also, her skill 2 is a single target strip. Does she do it? No, she does the attack command. Okay, and every time she teams up with Vertiheal, it's just super nasty. Super duper nasty. All right, so he's got some more increase. Also, she decreases the cooldowns. So the cooldowns on those, and you see the you see it just stripped, right? So the cooldowns on the, and you also see the guardian wings on the Akaris. So let's see some more craziness. Are they going to be able to do enough damage with that Vertiheal? I mean, they're just having fun at this point, right? You know, as soon as they get to like C1, C2, C3, G1, whatever, you know they're not going to continue to do this comp. They're going to be like, I'm going to switch it up to other things because I know I'm going to get like Tian Lang, then I know I'm going to get Ragdoll and things like that. They're just having fun since it's the beginning of Special League. This next one, same guy as the last one. I'm sure you figured that out. I didn't really need to say it. Bans the Bastet, leaves in the speed lead and the Ashir. Also outspeeds with Lisa. Got the speed lead, got the Vanessa and the Ashir, and outspeeds that with Lisa. So you definitely know that this guy's been farming the crap out of Giants. I mean, he's been farming in his sleep. His subconscious is trained to farm for him. How you outspeed, like, Ashir is super fast. Ashir's base speed is super fast. Vanessa 33 speed lead. There was no speed lead on VR's side. I'm scared of these routes. I mean, these are not Challenger 2 players. These are very high level players. Guardian 2, Guardian 3 players that we're taking a look at today. It's just, again, I'll say it again, the same thing. Next match, same guy. You guys figured that out, I'm sure. Not that many people using Lisa in RTA. Same match, goes up against a fairly standard Carnal, Lulu, Diana, Molong. Is about to obliterate this Oki. And is Diana going to do... Diana can do Diana things, right? I was going to say, is Diana going to do Diana things? She can do Diana things, but she can only do so much Diana things. Because there's 3 fire units on there. So only a certain amount of Diana things are possible. So let's see if Carnal solos. Carnal can do some crazy stuff. Additional... Wait a second! Does he have 2? Maybe he has 2 Lisas. Wait a second, because we know that Lisa just outsped a Vanessa Ashir. Does he have 2 Lisas? Maybe he has 2 Lisas. I'm gonna say, because if that Lisa outsped a Vanessa Ashir and then Violet procs, maybe, I'm thinking maybe it's a different Lisa. Maybe it's a different Lisa. If that's the same Lisa. If that's the same Lisa, how effing fast is that Lisa? He's like, yes, my violent moves. I have a 350 violent set. Oh, okay. Well, I quit. I'm quitting for you guys as well. If a violent Lisa is outspeeding Vanessa Ashir's, how is anyone gonna catch up to that? There's got to be 2 Lisas, right? There's 2 different matches. It could be 2 different Lisas. Maybe he built 2 different Lisas. I'm gonna say that just for my own sanity's sake. Now we're back at the guy that's only using dark units. Bans the Han Wu, leaves the Han Gianna. Okay, leaves the Han Gianna and the cat. Let's see what happens. Let's see this craziness. All right, gets the stuns. Of course he gets the stuns. Starting to kill. Some people get offended when I do that. They're like, why are you gonna bomb and then you're gonna attack it? I'm like, because I want it to die. So I'm like, one way or another, I'll figure out how to kill this thing. So let's see. He's got to try to time. I mean, it's kind of inefficient, but also, like, I just want to kill this thing. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, he's got to try to time this Gianna skill 3. Like, he's got to try to time killing... Okay, he did actually resist. He resisted with 2 things. I was going to say he's got to try to time the... Oh, that didn't even kill the Han. That bomb didn't even kill the Han. The runes on these things are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, he's a top 100 player, but still. So this is the guy that was using the Lisa and the Inugami and the Vertiheal and the Ikaris. I mean, he's still using Ikaris. And he's stopped at a certain point. He's like, okay, I'm done with that comp. I'm gonna just bring out my LDs. I'm gonna bring out my Ophelia. He just like, I think he just likes to have fun. Okay. Let's see, but usually you don't see Ophelia and Vivachel you haven't really seen too much of lately, although I think that Vivachel, I mentioned this before, I think that Vivachel is actually underrated. So, I think Vivachel is much more useful this season with the tanky bruiser kind of things than she was in, like, the last season. I'm trying to think about what I just said. Okay, regardless of this season versus the last season, I just think that Vivachel is underrated. Because you got those Lulus. Lulu's going to cleanse everything anyway. You got to try to deal enough damage. I also think things like the Wind Sniper, the Water Sniper are underrated as well. I think Odin could have a little bit more places than we give him credit for on top of that. This next one, we see a fairly standard Lulu into a Ciara Oki. And then the last pick, Miang. So actually, Miang's got element advantage over all this stuff on the enemy's team. She can strip. She can do skill 2. Triple hit and get resisted on the vertical with element advantage. Then goes for the bomb on the Lulu, trying to reset the Lulu, right? So reset the Lulu. As soon as Lulu's taken out, that's going to be all this, not all the sustain on that team, but as soon as Lulu's taken out, I think that's just basically free reign, because the Miang's got multi-hits to deal with the Water Striker. Then Miang also has the cleanses and sustains. Look at that. So actually has the skill 3 right now. So 2 units at half health and stunned, and now all cleansed up. Also has the glancing hit. They could glancing hit on the Vertiheal, so that Vertiheal does not crit. So it's actually clutch Miang last pick over there. And then I think it's just, I kind of feel like I mean, maybe Miang can't completely solo it, but I feel like the Ciara and the Oki aren't even needed at this point. I feel like it's just like the Miang and the, I want to say Molly. I haven't been traumatized by Molly enough to remember her name. Miang and Molly. There's another cleanse on the Oki. Okay. And also increases the duration of the shield on the Ciara. And they're still at full health on that team. Okay, Blade Fan. Blade Fan, which doesn't do that much damage. Blade Fan does damage based on her speed, but Miang is hard to get. Actually, Miang needs a lot of stats because she's a damage dealing unit that also strips with skill 2. So she needs, that's based on speed. So she needs speed, she needs crit rate, she needs crit damage, and then she needs accuracy for skill 2. And then for her skill 3, it is a cleanse. So for cleansers, you generally need speed, resistance, HP, and defense. So she needs, and also her heals based on her attack. So she needs every effing stat. Miang needs every single stat. So it's very hard. It's very hard to build a good Miang. If any of you guys have tried to build a Miang for R5, it's very hard to build a good Miang. Now we're back to VR. He picks a last pick Wind Sniper, which I think is a fantastic pick. Very underrated unit. I have been using him as well. Comes in, gets the hidden aim, right? Because anytime he's hit on, he's glanced, he increases attack bar. Let's see, he absolutely just obliterates. He resists too. He obliterates the Poseidon. All right, so he's doing some counters. Is he triple? He might be triple revenge. Okay. He might be triple revenge. Ciara is out of the picture. He gets the heal on there, and that is a quick game. I love that last pick, Wind Sniper. I think that to have these last picks that just completely throw the enemy off, that gives you such a massive advantage. Like, if it's LD5s, if you have LD5s that are like super clutch, that's great. For many of you, you don't have super clutch LD5s. And it's like, okay, well, RNG is RNG. What are you going to do about it? But for things like the Water Joker, for things like Rika, for things like the Wind Sniper is one of these situations, like, opponents like, oh, crap, what am I going to... I'm going to have to deal with this now. Do I ban it? Do I ban something else and just deal with the Wind Sniper? So the Wind Sniper is definitely a very underrated unit for RTA for a lot of places. So some of those matches were from earlier today. This one is, at the time that I'm recording this just happened, so there's actually C1, C2 players right now, which is nice. So that Wind Sniper, again, very, very strong into the more very, very strong into the Xiongpeng, completely obliterates Ganny, just one-shots him, no defense break, no anything. He does so much extra damage with that hidden aim pose that it's absolutely ridiculous. So there's no heal to do. I'm sure they wanted to heal that sniper. Sniper still comes in, absolutely blasts them, 40,000 damage. 40,000 damage, ridiculous. So the Wind Sniper and the Diana, both super ridiculous units. I feel like I would have gone a little bit differently for the... I would have played the Diana a little bit more conservatively there. Instead of just going for the more and then having him cut in. But I think at this point they really don't have to worry too much about it. I mean, between the heals from the Fran and then they really don't even have to do anything with the Diana. Right, they really don't have to do anything. She already did her strip, but the heals from Fran and then the skill 2 from the Fire Bison, they don't really have to worry about that. And now he's just gonna go for it. There's just a little bit of HP left. So he didn't even have the skill. He didn't have skill 2. He was like, oh yeah, but I did the shields the last turn. Last match of the day, I was not expecting this one. I was not expecting the Wind Howl. So if you guys don't know what the Wind Howl does, I mean, he's similar kind of to the other howls with the skill 1 and skill 2. Skill 3 is he does single target damage. He also increases the attack gauge of his allies. I think it absorbs the target's attack bar and then boosts up your allies' attack bar. With that, I have him built on the Schenectady account. Built on what account? I have him built on some account. One of Bago's 9,000 different accounts, right? So let's see. I mean, this is looking like it's going to be a... There's a lot of turn cycling there, though. There's a lot of turn cycling. We've got the increased attack bar on the whenever he hits with the skill 1. That was increasing the Asima's attack bar. And then also the skill 3 increased attack bar as well. So... let's see. Vampire Bat. I think that's GG at this point, right? I think that's GG. How much damage? 22,000 damage on Lulu. You guys are like, yeah, I like to see that big amount of damage on Lulu. That's a healer, too. He's not a damage... I mean, he is a damage dealer. I have him ruined for damage, for crit damage as well. He's a unit that you put crit damage on, that little Wind Howl. But, yeah, it's kind of a wacky unit. It's like, what a Wind Howl. So, actually, he's also pretty decent in the Water Rift Beast as well, because he does damage, he also does heal, and then he also does boost the attack gauge of the allies for there, which is good in the wind. I mean the ice Rift Beast. You know, talking about his skills, let's just take a look at the skills themselves. Very low base speed though, 99 base speed, not any crazy kind of attack. I still put him on damage, but not any kind of crazy attack power to really do ridiculous damage, although he still does decent damage. Attacks the enemy target and recovers the HP and attack bar of the ally. That's how the Asimo is getting extra attack bar and also getting healed a little bit. That's not bad. It does two things. It does two things, two little things with the same first skill. That's not bad. Dispel is just a cleanse and heal of you and an ally. And then the third skill, attack and heal. This attacks the enemy target, one target, recovers the HP of all allies by 50% of the damage dealt. So if you do 20,000 damage, it does 10,000 HP heal, AoE heal. Absorbs the target's attack bar by 25% to increase the attack bar of all allies. So he had the turn cycling and he had the heals on here. I think he's kind of an interesting unit. I never get enough chances to actually bring him into things like, oh, unless it's like a gimmick like, hey, we're doing some gimmick Guild Wars or whatever. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I just wanted to go over Chi-Chi and Friends for you if you guys didn't know what he does. That's it for this one. See you guys always. 99 base speed though. See you as always in the next one.